him a big round of applause.
Okay, so before I start, I learned something. Thank you. Who likes a selfie?
That's why he's got the camera.
I love it. Big smile, big cheers. Let's have it. All over that. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the introduction. I'd like to share a little story with you. And my talk today is going to be around the fundamental way that I work with business owners. Who owns a business? Brilliant. Who owns a business where you are the only person in that business? Okay, so I have a little bit of an audience. Who owns a business where at some point you were the only person in that business? Brilliant. Okay, so at least some of the room is with me. So what I'd like you to do is to picture yourself as an athlete. I'm going to go with football because I'm a big football fan. You might want to go with hockey or anything, but any team game, any game that's got 11 players. And I want you to imagine that you are, does hockey not have 11 players? So I can't jump as high as him. So I want you to imagine that you've started playing this game, this team game. And you think to yourself, you know what I need to do? I'm going to start with being a really good goalkeeper. And I'm going to learn how to be a phenomenally good goalkeeper. And you train every day between the sticks, and you work on your jumping right, and you work on your jumping left, and you look at your catching, and you're dealing with crosses, and you get really good as being a goalkeeper. Sorry, this is soccer. And after a while you think, oh, you know what? Defense. I'm going to work on my defensive skills. You learn how to sneeze. You learn how to header the ball really, bless you. You learn how to header the ball really well, deal with those crosses coming across. You learn how to put in a decent tackle. You learn how to block balls on the line. You learn how the offside rule. Who's happy with the offside rule? Okay. All right. And you think, you know what? I'm going to go out and learn how to be a world-class midfielder. So you learn how to distribute the ball. You learn how to protect your defence. You learn how to step back when your defence are exposed, and you learn how to step forwards and join the attackers. You learn how to help spread the play so you get width and you can use your wingers, which brings me on to my wingers. You learn how to run really fast up and down that line. You learn how to cross the ball. You learn how to deliver from set pieces. You learn how to score from really weird, peculiar angles from 30 yards out. You spend hours with cardboard cutouts a la David Beckham practicing aiming at a spot in the corner of the goal. Goals, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Better learn how to be a striker. So you go out, you learn how to head goals. You learn how to pass the ball in, you learn how to dribble, you learn how to turn players on, like that. You learn how to take players on. And you also learn how to defend from the front, because it's really important for your teammates that you are the first person who defends for the rest of your team. And while you're in training, you get a little injury and you think, you know what, it's really important that I become a decent physio. And you learn how to stick bandages on, and you learn how to spray a Lucozade bottle, because that's really important, okay? Really important. You could spray a Lucozade bottle, you do like that and go, takes practice. And then you learn how to manage. You need to know where all the players are, what formation we're going to use today, whether we're going to go 4-4-2, 5-3-2, 3-5-2, or as QPR did on the weekend, 11, and that was about it. Okay. I am a QPR fan, I can say that. And so the day of your first match comes round. And you're there waiting in the tunnel. You're all humped up, piped up, you're ready to go. You can hear the roar above you and you can see it. People stamping. It's not a great floor. And you walk out through the tunnel. A big roar, lights everywhere, big cheers. You ready for this? And out of the away tunnel comes the 11 players you're going to face. And my message is this, that it doesn't matter how good you can be at all those individual jobs in your business, you cannot do it alone. You have to have a team around you. You have to have a team of specialists. It might not be football, but you need your equivalent of a goalkeeper, a striker, a winger. So when you go back to your businesses today, tomorrow, tonight, midnight, think about that. Are you doing it alone? Is there a better way? Thank you very much.
Wasn't that great? I know a little bit about football, but I got the gist of it. So.
I have a question. How many players on a hockey team? Does anybody know? And the Canadian doesn't know. Brilliant.
Can somebody look it up?
7 or something.
Google.
Yeah, Google. Yes.
Google. Sorry.
Yeah, it would be 6. You got three on the line, 2 defense, 1 goalie.
More stage time. See what I did there? It's good.
Now zip it, so you can get some feedback. So, do you wanna, Elliot? Do you wanna go first?
Okay, good. So it's funny because Ash and I were talking today, and he remembered the first thing I said to him when he came on board, and that was?
We're going to go on an interesting journey together.
Yes.
Something like that.
And it's true. First of all, Ash is a phenomenal speaker, right? Would you agree? Yes. Really good. Massive answer. And I think I've pulled you on this before. What I want to see from you is I want to see your energy matching the story, right? You're quite reserved and you're quite chilled. And that's who you are, great, and that's where you're. But what I want to see is when you're going into goalie, be in that space, be that energy of a goalie, bigger, but also energetic, and just carry us with you with a bit more force, not as in force as in strength, but as in the excitement. You know, what Doug does amazing, and he's been in business so long, is he plays with energy so well. He's up, he's down, he's controlling. He'll probably talk more about that. And I want to start seeing more of that come out of you. You've mastered the kind of, I'm a speaker, you're great at that. Now I want to see you expand and be big as a speaker, both energetically and coming from you. So it doesn't mean being louder, by the way. It doesn't mean suddenly, I want Ash to talk like this all the time. That's not what I mean. There was a lot of room for you to play there with the level of energies, to pull us in, to take us with you. And I think when you hammered that home at the end, it would have come at us so much more by going, no one does it alone, had we been on this roller coaster with you. That makes sense?
Yeah, perfect.
Amazing
Brilliant.
job.
Thank you,
You're
Bob.
doing brilliant, all right?
Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit bold here. Obviously, my goal is to get you to improve. One of the challenges I had with this, and maybe you guys have felt this, is that he talked about business owners, and then we talked the whole time about football. Yeah. And if you're not a football fan, you're kind of like, oh, well, what's a striker doing this? And I'm not saying I don't like it, because I'm a player. But it's interesting. Mark Twain was one time in a room with a bunch of writers, and they decided to do a contest. Who could write the shortest story that actually still made sense? And of course, Mark Twain won. His story was baby shoes, brand new, never worn. And so everyone in the audience can understand that something had there, 6 words, and it was a story. And so I think sometimes as speakers, we got to find a way to say less words. So one of the things I think would have been, how many are business owners? Okay, how many have seen sports before? You know, now I'm not even picking the sport, you know that they have different positions on the team. One person's responsible for goaltending, one's this, and just run through it that quick and say, so how many in your business are trying to do everything, right? How many of you, and you could even use the example, if you were running your business, you would be guilty of being the goaltender plus the team captain plus and maybe using it right away, going into that analogy, right? And then your idea of 1 to 11, say most of us have at least 11 jobs. Who has 11 jobs? And then let's call to action. Who would like help with that? And now you do an invite. Talk to me after. I've got a solution for you. Right?
I do, by the way.
Yeah, and I know you do. And I know you do. That's why you do that. I know I've got only a quick second here. I wish there was more time, because here's the challenge. Most of us, when we're at networking events like this, we get up, we've got 30 seconds to share who we are, and we do it wrong so nobody comes. You know, the guy stands up, hi, I'm a realtor, if you know anybody that wants to buy it. Hi, I'm a website designer, here, come give me your card. No. We're on the right track when we get up. How many are business owners here? Who wants to learn how to make money? Who thinks that they're doing all the jobs in the thing? Notice I haven't even had a networking event said my name yet, right? I'm asking these questions. It's called pattern priming, okay? By the way, everything that I do has neuroscience behind it. And then I would say something like, so here's the deal, folks. I've got a free ebook that's got 21 massive mistakes that all entrepreneurs are making that keeps them doing everything. If you want one, get me your business card. And you sit down. Still haven't said your name. Now you're going to have somebody who will ask, well, what's the guy's name? Now you get to stand up again and keep talking, even though your time's out, right? It works. But awesome.
Thank you so much. Let's give him a big round of applause again. Thank you so much.